Guys, we've got some fresh news from the UFC, and honestly, it's not the most exciting update. According to reports, Arman Tsarukyan's fight at UFC 322 is now in serious doubt. The reason? Ilia Topuria's management is flat out refusing to sign the contract to face Arman. Instead, Topuria's team is pushing hard to secure a fight with Justin Gaethje for his first lightweight title defense. Now, here's the key part. Yes, Gaethje is a huge name. His fights are always entertaining, and he still draws massive fan attention. But let's be real, Gaethje's prime was back in the Khabib-Nurmagomedov era. That was over 6 years ago. He's still dangerous, but calling him the #1 contender right now, that's a stretch. The truth is, the real #1 contender is Arman Tsarukyan. He's earned it with his winning streak, his performance against Charles Oliveira, and his willingness to fight anyone. He's younger, faster, hungrier. And that's exactly why Topuria's camp is trying to avoid him. Because objectively, Arman is the most dangerous and stylistically difficult opponent for the current champ. That's why the UFC is already working on a backup plan. If the Topuria fight completely falls through, then Tsarukyan will instead face Dan Hooker not on the numbered card, but at UFC Qatar on the 22nd of November. So what would that fight mean for Arman? First, Hooker is still a respected name with tons of experience. Sure, he's not at his peak anymore, but beating him would add another big name to Arman's resume and strengthen his case as the true #1 contender. Second, it keeps Arman active, no long layoffs, no waiting around for UFC politics to sort themselves out. But on the flip side, a fight with Hooker doesn't carry the same weight as a title shot. Even if Tsarukyan wins, fans will still be asking, when is he finally getting his crack at the belt? And that brings us to an important point. Think back to Islam Makhachev's rise before he became champion. He accepted every single challenge, no matter the opponent, no matter the style, no matter if it was a late replacement. Islam didn't pick and choose. He fought, he won, and he proved himself inside the cage. That's why fans respected his road to the belt. Unfortunately, with Ilia Topuria, we're seeing a different approach. And yes, it's understandable he's undefeated. He wants to protect that 0 for as long as possible. But the longer he avoids Arman, the more it looks like he's running from the real test. So the intrigue remains wide open. Either the UFC convinces Topuria to sign and gives us one of the most anticipated fights of the year, or Tsarukyan meets Dan Hooker in Qatar to once again prove that he's the rightful #1 contender. One way or another, Arman has already done enough to be at the front of the title race. Now, we just wait for the official decision and hope the UFC chooses the fight that fans truly want to see.